Hi guys, today we're going to learn the guitar solo from Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, and it sounds like this. My name's Ollie from Your Guitar Academy, and in this Don't Stop Me Now guitar lesson we're going to be looking at the scales and the techniques that you need to be able to play this solo. So before we kick off, just remember to check out the description below the video. We've got a link to our website where there's a full write-up with the scales and everything that you're going to need and some notes on the technique and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see some more. Good way to do this one is just break it down into licks. Let's first of all look at the key. So it's F. I think actually most of this is it's all in the one shape. It's a shape 1 of F major. Okay. If you're not sure of that, remember just check out the website. We'll have a full scale diagram there for you, and it's definitely just worth learning these. As you go through more and more solos, you'll start to see that they're all based around a lot of the same kind of shapes, and if you have that knowledge already, it's going to make this stuff so much easier. All right, so we're in that shape 1 major scale, F major. Let's look at what we're doing. So okay, that's the first lick. It is G string, 12th fret, full bend, which is 2 frets. Okay, so what we're doing from there, we're going up to the full bend. All right. And then we're picking it on the top and then releasing the bend. So you can actually hear the note come back down again and then pull off to the 10th fret on the G string. So, and we do that twice, and then we just do 12 without the bend and then 2 on the 10. Okay, so let's get in a bit closer and you can see what I'm doing. I'll do it a bit more slowly as well. So it's 12, down to 10, again, and then it's 12, and then 2 on the 10. All right. Then after that, we've got this nice rundown. It sounds like this. Okay, so again, still in that same shape. So that's why it's really useful. If you already know this, a lot of the work's already done. So let's just look at those notes first. So it is the 11th fret on the B string, down to the 10th fret on the B string, and then onto the G string, 12th fret, 10th fret, and then yeah, down to the 10th fret. So, and then we're going back up to the 12th with a bend, and then no bend, and again, and then it's bend up on the full bend up on the 12th fret of the G, release, and then down to the 10th fret on the D string. So let's look at all those notes. Okay, go a bit more slowly through that. So on the B string, 11, 10, G string, 12, 10, and then back up to 12 on the G string, bend up, no bend, bend up, no bend, and then bend up again, release it, and then 10th fret on the D string. Okay, I'll do that, I'll just do that in time so it's easy to pick up the rhythm of it as well. Okay, so far we've got and you notice one thing I'm doing, it's called a rake. When I'm going to, what I'm doing there is I'm just muting these strings I'm fretting already the note that I want to hear, which in this case is the 11th fret on the B string, and I'm just muting the others with a mix of my index finger and my palm, the same bit I'd use for palm muting, but not palm muting, just further up. And actually works quite well with this particular solo because by having to mute there, it means I'm picking up like really by the, on this guitar, the 24th fret, but by the end of the fretboard, which gives you sort of a rounder sound to my ears, which I think fits quite well with this solo, with just the tone of it. Okay. And then we're there. Okay, so the next bit is we're back up onto the B string, 11th fret, and it sounds like this. Okay, I'll play that again. All right, so let's get in close and see what frets we're on. So still that same F major shape. This time it's a bend. Again, it's a whole step bend, but it's on the 11th fret on the B string. You could do that with your third finger. But I actually do that with my middle finger just because it sets up the rest of my hand to be able to play the rest of these notes. So that might be a bit tricky if that's something you've not worked on before. So using your middle finger to do the bends. It might not have the strength there or the calluses as much as it's needed. It's just something to work on. So you can start with little bends and just build up the strength of it. Okay, but if you're happy, then great. This is what we're doing. So 11th fret B string. Okay, and this is that same idea. We're at the top of the bend, hit it at the top, and then pull off. After we release, hit the top, release, and then pull off to the 10th fret. Do that twice, and then it's just going to go 11, 10, and then down to the G string, 12th fret, and then back up to the 10th fret on the B string. So if I put that all together, nice and slow. Okay, again. Okay, and then the last lick is. So we're getting that same sort of repeating idea happening, which is one of the things that makes this solo so amazing. It's super catchy. Okay, very similar to before. We'll do it. We'll go through them. It's 11th fret on the B, 10th fret on the B, then 12th fret on the G, 10th fret on the G, then back up to the 12th fret on the G, bend, release, and pick the note as it's down. Again, again. So it's. And then the last one is kind of a bend up and a release down to the 10th fret on the G string. Okay, so. All right, so let's put those together. I'll do it slowly. Okay, and that's sort of the end of the solo proper. There's a few bits. Which I think would be really good to go through as well, because to me there's really catchy parts of the song. If I was playing this song, I'd want to make sure I get those parts in. So we'll go through them. But before that, I just want to I'll play through the solo at normal speed, then we'll do it slowed down, and then we'll look at the extras at the end. Okay, so here we go, normal speed. Okay, and one thing you can do on that last bit is just dig in quite hard. You almost get an artificial pinch harmonic. We don't want an actual one happening, but you just dig in a little bit harder there, and you get these sort of overtones happening, which it gives it a bit more of that Brian May sound. All right, so I'll do it again slowly now, nice and close to the camera, so you can see what I'm doing. So here we go. Right, I maybe dug in a little bit too hard there and got an actual pinch harmonic. I don't think that's quite right for the song, but it's a useful thing to be able to do anyway. Okay, so that's it. That's the main solo, and then that's when Freddie starts singing again. But we've got these cool licks underneath as well, which the song kind of builds so much. It's nice that there's still something in there for the guitar that even kind of helps it build even more now, because you've got singing and guitar playing. So it's just a repeating sort of a lick, almost like an exercise. Still in F major. Okay. So the notes are on the D string, 3rd fret, and then you can hammer on to the 5th fret of the D string, and then pull off to the 3rd fret, and then you're going to pick the 5th fret of the A string. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a 4-note pattern, but it just repeats, and then it ends on the F, which is the root note. All right, and if we're thinking about the shapes we're in, we're kind of in that shape 3 of the pentatonic. Okay, but just practice that slow to begin with. Hammer on, pull off, pick, hammer on, pull off, pick. Obviously pick the first note, hammer on, pull off, pick, hammer on, pull off. And it's all evenly spaced as well, so it makes it a really nice one to practice slow to begin with. Get your fingers used to where they're going, and then start building the speed up. Okay, and then he does the same note, but we do an octave up. So I guess a couple of options there is to move up 12 frets. For me, I think it's a bit cramped there, and because the strings are thicker and higher up, I'm not getting as much attack on the notes. So I quite like to do it up here on the B string and the G string. Okay, and I'm in shape 4 of this F major pentatonic. Okay, and the frets are on the first note on the B string, 6th fret. Hammer on to the 8th fret, pull off to the 6th fret, and then you can use your middle finger now on the 7th fret. So we're playing the same notes. It's not, you can't just move your fingers up because it's not going to work like that. Or because of the tuning of the guitar, you do have to change what your fingers are doing a little bit. So it's going to go 6, 8, 6, 7. But for me, that one's even easier because I've got one finger for each fret, whereas here I had to use my 3rd finger on 2 strings. I can use my middle finger just on the 7th fret of the G string, and I can keep my index finger down on this. All right, so we've got a little lead into it as well. It's just a full bent, very quick though. It might be less than the full bent, but it's very quick there. We're going for something around that area. Okay, and then we're into, and then we're up an octave. And then we've got this bit here where it's just a D note, but it sounds super cool if you start on the C, fret the C, which is the 13th fret on the B string, do a full bend on it. And the trick is, you're not going to be able to hear it getting up to the note. So you've got to have practiced this ahead of time just to know exactly how it feels, really the tension of it. How much you have to move that string to get that note, because you don't have the luxury of being able to hear it going up to the note. So there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can get a lot of vibrato on that as well. Because we're bent up to the note, normally vibrato you can only do up and back to the note. You can't really go below the note unless you have a whammy bar, or you can kind of push the string forward a little bit, but you can't get that much. But if you're bending up to the note, you can quite easily just come down below the note and back up to it, and then over the note. So your actual note is in the middle, and your vibrato is going either side of it, which is actually, because most of the times on guitar we can't do that, it actually gives it quite a unique sound. Okay, and then the last bit we've got, which is a really nice, this is just a really big ending to this song, or to this solo section. So we're also in shape 4, F major pentatonic, but we're just an octave up from where we were down here. And the notes we're doing is a bend on the, let me see here, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20th fret, we're well up there. Bending up a whole step. And then with your little finger, just catch the same fret on the E string, but don't bend it. And then just give it as much vibrato as you can while you're strumming both of them. I do it actually like strumming rather than picking here, because I'm trying to get both. Okay, and that gives it that really aggressive sound that you hear in the song. All right, so I'll go through the whole solo, and then I'll stick those end bits on. And I'll do it fast and I'll do it slower, and then we'll be done. So let's go. Okay, so what you'll need to do is just listen to the song a lot to know exactly where those extra parts come in. I didn't leave as much space on there as there is in the song, otherwise I'll just be sitting here in silence. But if you listen to it, it's cleverly done. It's between where the vocal lines are a lot of the time. Okay, one more time slow, and then we're done. And there we are. So that should be everything you need to be able to play this solo. Remember, if you're unsure about any of the shapes that I'm on, or just in general, any of that stuff, check out the link below to our website. We'll have a full write-up with all the scale shapes and loads of other good stuff on there as well. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.